As I've mentioned before, I didn't know until halfway through last session when I started looking at the data, how much of an outlier my district is in so many categories of strange, the median income off the charts on the high end, but the Gini coefficient, probably the lowest in the state, the highest occupancy rate. We have a 1.4% child poverty rate in our district, and based on the Children's Campaign zone data, it's 11.1% statewide. So obviously there's pockets that are even much, much higher. So making a no vote may seem parsimonious and the like, but my concern is I've had to take many votes that were against my personal financial interest and the financial interest of my district, and I've done that because it was for the greater good of the whole state, and I could defend it to the voters that I go back, and several who were very angry at some of the votes I made, like flattening the TABOR refund, and I could look them in the eye and defend it. This one is much, much harder because to me it shows somewhat of a deep contempt for the voters because of TABOR, of what they put in place in '92, and we're trying to find a way around it because we don't like the fact that we have to give $2 billion back to the taxpayers, and we want to direct it where we want. If this went to the voters and they made the choice, like referendum C or Prop 115, I would be behind it in trying to get it through. It's just in this case, with the massive amount of money, it's not like we're just taking a little bit off the top. We're taking a third of what's expected for the elderly, for every other family in my district. And again, with such a low Gini coefficient, I also suspect, and I haven't done the numbers yet, that they probably pay the highest proportion of their incomes in taxes because of how our tax code is structured. Those who are wealthy, that almost all their income comes from capital gains and the like. We've seen Buffett say. So they have a lot of skin in the game, and it would be very difficult, I think, for me to justify this as it stands, because they do ask, what about TABOR? And what am I supposed to say? We just decided on our own, even though you told us to refund the money, that we're going to direct it elsewhere. So for that reason, I'm really going to have to be a no on this one.